Today's day 5 of a bootcamp series where I slowly modify Fossapup64. We will concentrate mainly on menu. Menu is you can click on the desktop with a right click and you will get a menu like this, or F12 key will also give you the same menus. If you don't get it on the right mouse click, what you may have to do is just open up a Rocks filer and go to options and go to compatibility, and then you may have to click this on. This may be off. So if it's off, what you will get is you'll get this backdrop wallpaper change, and the menus will not show. But of course, if you just then you just click F12. Following the similar format as before, what we will do is make a gross change of the menu 12 again, and we'll go to JVM desktop, JWM desk manager, and we'll make it a little bigger. And so there is a menu right here. We'll click on the tab here, and you'll see the size is 24. What this means is the looking at the F12, the height of this is 24 pixels, and we may want to make it a little larger, but main problem is that for me is these letters are pretty small right now. So we'll go ahead and make that a 32, and then apply. Menu manager here, also you can adjust the menus as to which ones show up and which one it gets hidden and so on, but we'll probably do that this portion manually. So we'll go ahead and cancel out of that, and we'll just make the menu height a little larger. At this point we'll just go ahead and apply and then quit. So let's take a look at the menu again. So it's maybe a little harder, but the height is of each column is actually larger. File directory, and that has mainly to do with JWMRC, which is a hidden file. So we'll go ahead and open that up with a right click and then Genie. And then here's what we get. So right now, if you look at this file, you can see that JWM Desk Manager, for example. We'll go ahead and click F12 again. You see JWM Desk Manager is on the top. Below that, lock state tray, and then if you just hop over into another menu here on the Genie. So here is a menu label desktop, and we'll go down to another next menu, and this is a closure of the top menu, and the next menu label is setup. So let's take another look at the menu again. So here's the setup. We skipped the system, so we'll go ahead and go up, and here's the system where I skipped. So you can see that the this menu system has a how the menu system works grossly. Now to modify individual entry, I've widened the screen a bit of the Genie, and we'll go ahead and also line wrapping so we don't mess things up. So we just make sure that all the entry is gets line wrapped. So you can individually delete this by just doing this. For example, right now lock state, let's say we want to delete that label, so entry, so we'll go ahead and show that again. Here's our lock state tray indicator. So let's say we don't want that entry to be shown, so what you do is just go ahead and simply lock state tray indicators and just delete this whole line. But you can also do the same with the control K, so it deletes the line. Now let's just save it. So we'll just save that JWMRC, which has been modified. So now we're going to force the computer just to reread the configuration file. So with that command, we can go ahead and super T should bring up the terminal, and then the control, the entry we need is JWM space and restart. Now it flickers, and then let's go ahead and take a look, another look at the menu. Now you notice that it's absent, it's gone. Okay. So that's how you individually can delete the entry, and similarly you can also delete the for example business category by just deleting the menu label. So this is desktop, and you just go down to, let me just get this out of the way. So for example, business, we'll go control F to look for business, and then ALTN next. So here's the label. So you can for example just delete this label all the way down to this menu category. So if you just delete this whole category here, the business category on F12 will not show. Okay, so that's essentially how you individually item and the category can be modified. Now what I have done is overwrite the menu system file from my default here, which you had just saw, to here, the my daily menu system, which is much simpler. But you'll see that there is some icons missing, for example. That's because I have not installed these programs in this particular computer. And otherwise, these are my simplified menu system that I use, following the instructions that I've outlined before. So still, when you look at this menu, there is a problem that the letters are very small, and that we can change by loading up another program, another application, JWM RC theme, which is under a hidden file of .jwm. So we can go ahead and drag that over, and then you can look at this here. So this has to do with, for example, Windows style has to do with the appearance of these bar up here, so in here. So right now the letters are also very small, and we can go ahead and change that to 14 and then see what that looks like. But main thing that we want to concentrate on is the menu style. So we will go ahead and increase that to 14 and see what that looks like. To do that, of course, you go ahead and save again, and then we're gonna mainly look at the window style here, and also the menu style, how it's changed. So this is what we're starting from, and then similarly like before, we'll go ahead and we'll start restart JWM. And then now let's take a look at the menu. It's F12. Now you can see it's much bigger and much more readable. Okay, so and then similarly we can go ahead and take a look at the so rocks filers and see what that looks like. So that's not what I want, and we'll go ahead and look at the rocks. So this letter here is also significantly gotten bigger. So that's because we changed the window style here, and also tray style. We've had this modified in another bootcamp series. So pager style and pop-up styles, we can go ahead and change it to 14 also. And the clock style, we made that 15 from prior bootcamp series. Now it'd be nice to be able to restore the modify the menus in the future. So after it gets rewritten by application installation, you can easily go back to the modified version. So what we can do is just open up a terminal here, and then first thing is we can go ahead and make a present directory. We can just go ahead and make a folder. Say Z, I'd like to use a Z because then you know it shows up at the end. So we'll go ahead and do that first, and then here's Z. Next step is go ahead and put copy of this file into Z. So JWM, so we'll go ahead and copy JWMRC into a Z folder. So we'll go ahead and do that, and here it is. So there it is. Okay, so now what we can do is so we can go ahead and try a command. So we can go ahead and copy, which is in the ZJWMRC to present directory. So you'll just overwrite this, and just to prove it, we'll go ahead and erase this first, and then go ahead and run the command. So now it shows up. So it's so even you have this, then it'll just overwrite it. So after that, you can go ahead and restart JWM, restart, and you should have modified much smaller menus. Because last session we delved into making an alias. You can make an alias to automate the process of restarting the brief menus, short menus, without much of an interaction. So I made a alias Z menu equals single quote copy from this folder, JWMRC to root level, and then restart the JWM, and then close the terminal window. So let me just show you how that works. We can just go ahead and start the menus, I've already sourced the change in the bash file, so we can. So after any change, what you want to do is force the computer to read the bash file. So we can do that first, and then we'll go ahead and just demonstrate Z menu. Then it will run this, and you should be automatically back to the shortened version of the menu.